Hello, is everyone here? I feel like it's so hard to tell because I'm talking to myself right now. um, Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here on my very first Spreecast. It's a bit of an experiment, so bear with me because I'm learning as I'm doing this. And if there's any issues, we're going to just work them out together, okay? I see that you guys are already asking questions, which I love, and I tweeted out a link, so if you want to send something over Twitter and not have everyone see, you can do that as well. And I also have a bunch of things that I have printed out for everybody that could not join us so that I make sure I try to get to as many questions as I can. Okay, I'm going to start with one of them just because that way everyone can get kind of warmed up. I'm going to answer a question from, I'll go with an easy one, from @Linda Grey, Sheetal, have you ever been to Italy? Yes, I have, and I loved it. It's actually one of my most favorite trips ever. I can't even tell you, between the history and the culture and the food and the wine and the people, it was an incredible, incredible trip. Just want to let you guys know also, sometimes I'm going to read who the question is from and sometimes I won't. Some of them have written to me saying that they wanted it to be private, but they still wanted me to get to the question. And so anyway, just letting you know. And some, obviously, everyone has seen because they either tweeted it or put it on Facebook. So I'm so glad this is working. I see people writing that comments and stuff, so that's awesome. Okay. I'm going to answer a couple questions really quickly from Maria Soledad. I hope I'm saying everyone's names right, by the way. Did you ever compete in a spelling bee? Did you ask that because all the Indian girls literally just always are winning the spelling bees, and that awesome Indian girl won the last one? Yes, I have competed in spelling bees, and I actually won quite a few of them back in my day. So, by the way, if you want to ask me a question having to do with what I'm talking about, yeah, you guys got it, so that's fine. And someone just asked me if I can see you guys. I can't see you. There is a option on these Spreecasts to have you guys come on air. I hesitated doing that the first time just because everyone would be able to see it, and I'm not sure if you guys would know that. So if this goes well, then maybe the next time we can do something more interactive where some of you guys will actually come on camera and we can chat. But then, by the way, everyone would see it, and you guys would have to be comfortable for that. So I would let you guys know that ahead of time so that you know that it's not just me seeing you. It would be everybody watching. Thank you, Chris, for writing. Chris is a nice man from Spreecast that's helping me with this. So when he writes, he knows the stuff. So listen to him. Okay, I'm going to finish this like rapid fire that Maria wanted me to answer. Okay, so yes, I have been in a spelling bee. Is it true that I attended Catholic school? Yes, I did actually for a very long time. All up until I was 12 years old, I went to Catholic school. If it was readily available and affordable, would I sign up for a trip to the moon? Yes, absolutely. I would love that. Do I still watch General Hospital? Yes, I admit it, I do. I have it on my DVR. I don't watch it regularly, but I certainly kind of check in and fast forward to the parts that I want to see. Okay, I'm going to take a couple questions from you guys who are here. Let's see. I have one from Leslie Motley asking me if I'm a member of Netflix. Yes, I am. And do I like tennis? Yes, I do. I love watching tennis. And you know, actually what's funny about that is growing up Indian American, tennis is one of those sports that stereotypically a lot of Indian kids play. It's big with the Indians, but I never did it. So I can't play very well. I can play for fun, but I grew up playing basketball, which I think you all probably all heard 100 stories of at this point. Okay. I'm going to take another question randomly. I don't even really know. Okay. Angela, do you speak any languages other than English? Yes, I do. I speak Gujarati, which is a dialect in India, fluently, and Hindi, conversantly. I wouldn't say I was fluent, but I'm pretty good. And I can read and write both, which is awesome. At a very poor level, though. My grammar is terrible. And I took French when I was in school for about 7 years, and I used to speak it pretty well. I'm out of practice, so that sucks. And I took Spanish for a couple years as well, and I really, really wish I was fluent at Spanish, but again, I am at a very low level with that. So anyway, I hope that answered your question long-windedly. Okay, next question from Stephanie. Hi. Any news on Stalemate? Their Facebook and stuff seems to have disappeared. You know, I know, and that's a bummer, but they haven't disappeared. I actually recently just spoke to the director, and there's a lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes, and it just takes a really long time to get movies out. But I can tell you that he actively is trying to get it out there for everyone. I know that he wants to get it out on DVD, also possibly on television, and I know that a lot of people haven't. I think you're probably one of the only people who has seen that movie, which is awesome. And I think you saw it before me, I believe, too, if I remember correctly. So thanks for asking. Okay, let's see. I'm not even sure what I'm dropping in sometimes, but let's see. Angela, hello from Canada. Anything exciting planned for your birthday? How about a walk on the CN Tower in Toronto? You know, I've been thinking about you guys in Canada a lot because Friday night, our man is walking the tightrope over the Niagara Falls. How about that? And that is going to be crazy and awesome. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to watch it live because I will be on a plane, but I'm excited to see it. As far as my birthday, you know, I don't know. I sometimes I struggle with it because I feel a little silly after a certain age doing stuff. But I think a bunch of my friends are really not really letting me off the hook. So I think we're probably just going to all get together, which, to be honest, would make me the most happy, just to be with my friends. And possibly I just want to be outside. I told my friends, I said, I want to be outside, I want to be with you, and have a cocktail, maybe seeing the sunset. So that's really what I want to do, and hopefully that will happen. So anyway, that's that. Okay, let me see what else we got here. From Lisa, random question. If you could bring a U.S. president back from the past, who would you choose and why? Oh, boy. I guess, you know, it's funny. Lincoln is the first person that popped into my head. This seems like something I would need to give a little bit more thought to, so don't hold me to it. But off the bat, I would say Lincoln, because he was tremendous. Okay, I'm going to get a question from some of the, yes, The Vampire Hunter, that movie, right? I think you all can see those comments, which is kind of awesome. It's so weird because I'm sitting here by myself talking to you guys, but everyone's chatting down there, and I kind of love that everyone's connected right now internationally. So thank you. Hello to China. Yes. In fact, I have a couple questions from some fans of mine from China, which I'm hopefully going to get to. But and most of them are asking me if I've ever been and if I would like to come. And I have never been to China, actually, and I would love to come. So hopefully that will happen at some point because y'all are awesome. And I get so many letters and emails from all of you in China, so thank you. And thank you for probably one of the most amazing birthday gifts that anyone has ever given to me. For those of you who don't know, a bunch of friends of ours from China a couple years ago put together an awesome gift, and it came in this huge box of individually wrapped presents and letters and pictures and thoughts and wishes, and it was lovely. So thank you to all of you for always writing and sending thoughts and wishes and gifts, which are so, it's so not necessary, but lovely. So thank you for that. Okay, let's see. I am going to just pick one at random. I haven't read it. Let's see what happens. Okay, AJ, what would your dream role in a movie be? Oh my goodness, these are very hard questions. And I don't know if you've seen a different interview of mine, but recently I did an interview where I was saying I'm really hard with committing to questions or answers like this because it feels all-encompassing, and there's a list of things that I would love to do, but I've had action on my mind a lot lately, and I would love to do something really physical. I've done things like that, but none that have really come out that you've seen, and I would love to kind of bring that part of myself out because I haven't really been able to be athletic or, you know, badass, and I want to do that in a movie. So hopefully we'll see what happens. Okay, I am going to take a question from Seema, no, it's at Seem KAP 2007. She's asking me who my favorite Hindi film actor or actress is among the current lots. For all my friends in India, I grew up watching Bollywood movies, and I will say it's really, really hard for me to watch everything, period, nowadays. So I'm a little bit behind on what's new and happening. So current lots, I'm not so sure. Just because I haven't seen a lot lately, and my parents do a really good job of trying to keep me educated, so they help me, but I grew up watching old school movies, and I will say I love people like Sridevi, Madhuri Dixit, Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, Kajol. Those are the people that I kind of grew up with, and Amir Khan. I mean, I could list them, so if that means anything to you guys, then there you go. Let's see. I will answer. So Yeep Somei wrote me, again, I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right, a bunch of questions. I'm going to kind of rapid fire some of them because there's a lot. What gives you the most joy in your life? Without sounding corny, you know, love, right? I mean, the love that I have for my work, the love that I have for my friends, the love that I have for my family, the love that I share with all of you, and feeling like I actually know a little bit about you all, and that's kind of awesome. Without sounding too Pollyanna, love really is the most important thing, in whatever fashion that finds itself, whether, like I said, if it's in work and personal relationships or not. But, you know, hopefully everyone has all of that, because I think that's the most fulfilling of lives. Do you believe in love? Well, yes. Very much so. So that's that. How important is marriage and parenthood to you? Well, you know, I'm not a big traditionalist in terms of structures when it comes to marriage. I wouldn't be adverse to it. It's not the first thing on my mind. It's not something that drives me. I certainly would love a family of my own, however that would find itself, and if I was lucky enough to be able to have that, that would be awesome. So thanks for that. Oh, someone just asked me if I was married. No, I'm not. I am not married. So there's that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take something from here now, from you guys. For those of you who are writing to me in Spanish, I don't understand it fully, so I'm sorry. And I want to answer your questions, but if there's a way you can translate them, Google Translate in English, and then post them, that would be very helpful because, oh, look at that. Thanks. Let's see. Good morning from Germany. Hello, Katie. Which perfume or kind of scent do I prefer? You know, I'm not a perfume person. Never have been. Not my thing. I really like lotions. A funny question, I guess. It sounds completely weird saying it if you didn't know the context, but I do like kind of light lotions that have an aromatic part of it. So I hope that answers the question, I think. Okay, so Chris translated Viviana's question, which was, what was the best and worst day of my life? Whew. God, I really wish I could answer that question, but I really have absolutely no idea, because I feel like I am just kind of in my life, you know? But ask me when I'm, 90 or 100 or however long I live. It feels like a kind of question that isn't quite right here. And I know you could say, well, what about up until now? But I don't know. I don't think in those terms, really. I just really like to kind of be present. I mean, I certainly look back and like to think about my life and learn from my mistakes and all that. But I never really felt like I've had, I've had hard days, but, you got to move forward and take the lesson that there is in that. So I'm sorry that I can't quite answer that question. Okay. Let's see. Lindy Willites. What films are you working on currently, both as an actor and a producer? Well, as a producer, I am obsessed with my script that I've been developing with a partner of mine now for a while. I've mentioned it kind of here or there before, and there's not much I can say about it right now because it's still being developed and we're not quite ready to announce it, but I can tell you that it is a dream project of mine. I'm obsessed with it, and I want to do that movie, yesterday. I wish it was like in the can and I was editing and able to show it to you right now, but as we all know, the movie business takes forever, and I also know that since this is my first feature that I'll be producing and kind of getting out there, I just want it to be, look, there's a lot of elements that can come around that might not actually work out, but the control that I have right now, I'm trying to exercise and trying to get the script, which to me is the most important thing to start with, at a place where I read and I'm just like, on fire. So that's that, and both as an actor, well, I have a bunch of movies coming out, actually. The Wisdom Tree is in post-production, and they've been working so hard on getting that also to a point where they feel ready to share it with you. There's a ton of special effects that they're putting in there, and it's a sci-fi, mysterious, there's film, so there's a lot of elements to it, and the trailer will be out in a few weeks so that you can get a glimpse of what that's about. So that will be out, kind of making its way into the festival world probably towards the end of this year. And I did this movie called Rain, which was a short that I also co-produced, and it actually just screened at the Breckenridge Film Festival this past weekend in Colorado. And it's a movie about war, about another part of the human experience after, in terms of the tag is how much of a soldier really survives. And so it's kind of looking at living with the things that a soldier goes through. And I play a woman, a refugee that he comes across. And I don't really want to give anything away, but you'll have to watch it, and then we can talk about it. Maybe we'll do a Spreecast talking about a specific movie at some point. Who knows? Okay, let's see. Which director, hi Gayatri, which director would be your dream to work with in the future? God, there are so many. I feel like I see movies all the time where I'm just taken by the work and the directors that I see. So any number of people, just to give you some names, I'll go old school, and then I'll go maybe more current. I love David Lynch. I'm a huge fan of David Lynch. He's really inspired me and a big influence in the kind of movies that I'd like to make. I love Danny Boyle. I love Paul Haggis. I love Pedro Almodovar. I'm trying to think what came out this past year that would be more relevant. If you think of something, then in terms of a movie specifically, then I'll tell you what I think about it. But right now, my mind has gone blank. There's a lot going on. You guys can't see what I'm seeing, but there's a lot going on, so I'm trying to focus on all of it at the same time, and it's not necessarily easy. Okay, let's see. Lorena, are you already working on the I Can't Think Straight series? You know, it's a good question. Shamim and Hanan have been working very hard on trying to get that made, and it's just hard, you know, to get funding for things, and we don't want to do it unless it's done well, certainly, especially because, you know, obviously we've set a bar, and you all who have seen the movie seem to have really enjoyed it, and we don't want to, you know, kind of, we only want to rise above where we've been and only grow and offer something unique and different. And so unless we can get the money to do it that way, then I'm not sure if we can get it out there, but we're trying. So we'll see. So hang tight, and we'll definitely keep you posted, because I would love to see that happen. I think that's the kind of movie that lends itself to a series, and you want to see what happens with Leila and Tala. So anyway, we will see. Okay, let's see. Oh, I know you guys can see these questions, so I'm not going to read them. You can just see them right there. Rayham, what I want to work with once more. I just did it. I just read it. Sorry. You know, goodness, I've worked with some really cool people who, a lot of them are friends of mine now, so I feel really grateful to have found some really great friends. You know, making movies is very much a gypsy life. And when I say that, I mean when you go shoot a movie, whether it be on location or even local, you are immersed in a world. You're working, especially on smaller movies, you're working, you know, 18-hour days average, sometimes more, sometimes less. And you're immersed in a story and in a world with people for, you know, a month, a few weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, just depends on the movie. And then you might never see some of them again. And it's very bizarre, and it's really hard on the heart, actually, because you really grow to love these people, and you share everything with them, and you're with them all the time. So you become very close in that time. And then, I mean, it is unrealistic to think that you're going to be able to keep in touch with everybody, even though you would love to. But, you know, 30, 40, 50 people, it's just really hard on every project. So I feel grateful if I just even make 1 or 2 close friends that I can carry on with into my life. And so, and that has happened. My good friend Asif Manvi, who some of you guys know, who's on The Daily Show, has become one of my best friends, and I've worked with him in 2 movies. It would be great to work with him again now that we're older. And Cal Penn is a friend of mine who I worked with 100 years ago, and I'm sure all of you know from the Harold and Kumar movies, and he worked for Obama. So, you know, that Cal Penn. And this last movie, Stalemate, that I did with Burgess Jenkins and Josh Randall are both friends of mine. In fact, I just spoke to both of them recently, and, you know, I want to know how they're doing, and Burgess has a daughter, and, you know, it was one of those things I'm like, sorry, I've kind of got off on a tangent when you're asking me who I'd like to work with once more. What I'm saying is I would love to work with any of these people because they're awesome and amazing and so talented. Again, but more so, it's really, I feel grateful that if I can just have them in my life more, you know, because they really mean a lot to me, and they're very special. And you get quite intimate with them. So there have certainly been people that I've worked with that I have more affection for than others. I don't love everybody equally, but, you know, like I said, the handful of people that I've worked with that are my friends, would be great to work with them again. You know, my friend Lynn Chen and I have worked together 4 times, and working with your friends on something that you love is the best thing ever. So I hope I can do that over and over again with all these friends. Okay, I should move on to a different question, I think. Let's see. I hope I answered it. I hope I'm not like, you know, like the politicians who don't actually answer questions. I hope I'm actually answering the questions. So let's see what we have here. Again, I'm not sure what I'm pulling in, but let's see. What is the status of Nice Girls Crew, Lindy is asking. Well, I can tell you, actually, that there is some great stuff happening with Nice Girls Crew. Can't really tell you more than that, but I can tell you that I have a feeling that it will be available for a lot more people, hopefully soon, hopefully by the end of the summer, and maybe you'll even see more. So I'm going to leave it at that, but again, I can't get into much more, but they're working really hard on getting it out to you guys. So anyway, that's that. Okay, I am going to take a question here that was submitted to me, just to make sure I'm trying to get some of them. Okay. This person did not want me to say their name. Do I ever cry? Yeah, I do. Interesting question. Yes, absolutely. I have had many a dark and hard day, so I'm with you. And you know who you are, the person who asked the question. So yes, I do. And sending you a big hug. Okay, let's see. Trying to skim at the same time. All right, let me get one from here. Y'all are here. Is there an extreme sport I want to try that I haven't yet? Yes, so many. When I was in Alaska, which you were there with me the second time, I went rock climbing there, which I've done before, but they informed me that there's a big sport of ice climbing, where you climb mountains when there's ice. And it's a whole other skill, and it's a whole other thing, and I don't know why I've been intrigued with it ever as soon as that was mentioned to me, because it seems so crazy. But I'm always, people send me videos all the time about stunts and things that people are doing with their bodies and sports and so forth, and I have the utmost respect for that. I love pushing things to the limit. I love seeing how far we can push ourselves in every way. So that, I think, is part of why I'm so attracted to extreme sports. So I know that there's probably a plethora of them that I have not done. So, okay, I am going to just check in and see if there's anything I'm missing. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Another question. Oh, thought I got it. Okay, Chris, hi. My favorite color. Again, with the favorites, I have a hard time with that. But I would say I love indigo. I love the blue-purple mix. I love kind of the melding of things. So I don't know if that helps. Let's see. Thank you for all these questions. You guys are awesome. It's my favorite book. Oh, all the favorites. I'm just going to ask you guys to know these favorite questions are so hard for me, which I keep saying. I don't have a favorite, but I have a lot that I love. And I've mentioned this one book called Shantharam before, which was written by Gregory David Roberts, and it deals with a true story of him being an escaped convict who ended up in India and what happened to him there. And so I'm obviously very connected to India, and most of the stories and books, whether it be fiction or non, for me haven't captured the spirit of India quite like that. And I feel like it's just really special. So I love that book. I love a lot of others too. By the way, have any of you guys read this Shades of Grey? I feel like I'm the very last person on the earth that hasn't read it, but I know everybody has read it and has been talking about it. So I actually have it. I just got it. A friend of mine let me borrow it because I'm so curious to see what's doing. But apparently it's very sexy. So anyway, that might be my next read. And maybe we should all read it together. Just kidding. Let's see. Okay. Yes, I hear that there is an ongoing debate on my eye color. That is so funny. It changes, which is why I think people generally either, number one, I get asked all the time if I wear contacts, which no, I do not. And then what color are my eyes? I don't know. When I am with sun clothes, they are greenish, but they do change at days. They are definitely gray at times. They've definitely got a little bit of blue and hazel, and so I understand why you're confused because I don't really have the answer. But on my license, it says green, if that helps. Okay. Oh, wow, there's Spreecast book club, huh? No. I was actually going to ask you guys, which I want you to think about things that you might like to see. If you like this Spreecast, for example, and you want to see more of these, and if some of you would actually like to be on screen, then write to me or put it out there on my Facebook page or on Twitter. And I'm really open to ideas because I like the idea of interacting like this. And I'm open to your ideas as for things that we'd want to talk about, so that it's not necessarily just me answering a bunch of questions, because I imagine at some point that might get really boring. So maybe we can come up with some ideas together that might work, and we can do Spreecasts together. And like I said, if any of you are comfortable also being on camera, like I said, everyone would see it, and we can have up to 4 at one time. We can talk about that. I'm open. I can't guarantee that we can do it often or all the time, but I definitely am open to your ideas. So let me know. Let me know if you guys have a thought, or if you want me to do something different. Let me know too. I love your feedback. Good, bad, everything in between. So we'll see. Okay, let's see what I got here. I wrote some poems. Are you going to share some with us? I'm like thinking maybe you should, and maybe that's something you can do. Okay, let's see what else. You're a poet, which is beautiful. I'm going to do another question here. How do you raise funds for your movie ideas? Oh, that is a very big question. There's lots of methods. I haven't yet because I'm still in the process of finishing my script. So in terms of me personally and the ones that I have done, I have an idea of a plan that I'd like to do. There's certainly private equity routes, and then there's studio routes, and then there's production company routes, and there are pros and cons to all of those. It just depends on the project, the scope, and how much control you end up wanting to give up. Because when people give you their money, a lot of people want to be involved in decisions that might not necessarily be in their skill set. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, let's see. Just going to throw one in there. A drink of choice to get me going in the morning. I drink smoothies. I have made a pact with myself to get healthier. I'm pretty healthy. I work out a lot, but my diet, even though I'm vegetarian, isn't necessarily the best. And this past year and a half, the last couple of years, I've really tried to eat more fruits and vegetables. And they're not my favorite because I love junk food. And I'm really trying to cut some of that so I can get healthier. So my answer to your question is the only way you can get a lot of fruits in my body is if they're all blended up together and I drink it. So I do a smoothie in the morning, generally, and I actually don't mind it. It's pretty good. So I'll do a smoothie, and then I'll go work out, and then I'll come back and have a nice breakfast. Otherwise, I usually just drink water and juice, because even though I love a libation, even first thing in the morning isn't quite my style. Okay, let's see. Oh. Does that answer your question? I didn't even want to read it out loud because it's terrible. It's terrible. It's awful. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. I wish you could teach me. I wish, Angela, you could come and force me every day to, by the way, just do it. And I need that. And I'm trying, but it sucks. Okay. What is the funniest moment, things said while I'm filming. Goodness. A lot. That's, again, it's tough because when you're, I will say sometimes the funniest things happen in bed because it's such an awkward thing that you're doing with a virtual stranger. And I've had a lot of love scenes in movies. So a lot of stuff comes out, you know, out of just pure things happening in the moment through joking, you know, to alleviate the moment. I always like to break the ice, so I generally will joke about something or, you know, I'll just throw it out there just to break the ice. I like getting everyone to be comfortable right off the bat. So anyway, I didn't really answer that question, sorry. But generally, there are some very, very funny moments, and sometimes they get caught in outtakes and sometimes they don't. But you know, the expression where what happens in Vegas stays on Vegas. Sometimes what happens on the movie sets needs to stay there for everyone's sake. Okay, let's see. I think we'll do this. What do you guys think? Another 10 minutes? Does that work for you guys? No, Stephanie, absolutely not. I am not. But I will tell you that I have a rule now. The only way I could get myself to stop eating so much of them, because I really don't think you realize how bad it was, is because I was eating them every day and I would go through a couple bags a week. I now have a rule that I can't buy more than a allotted amount every month. And then when I'm done, I'm done. I'm like a child. I have to punish myself. And yes, I know. Doritos are one of those things where now, because I've limited myself, my consumption of them, like I literally will take a bite of it and put it in my mouth and just like suck on it because it's delicious and savor it as long as I can. Is that too much information? So no, I have not given them up. I am just limiting the amount that I can actually ingest because it's not so great. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm enjoying it. If you guys are, I'd like to come up with some more interactive ways. I'd love to see some of your guys' faces. So, like I said, I really, really would love for you guys to send me some ideas and thoughts and suggestions, and we'll figure it out, because let's figure out a way that we can do more of this in a way that's not the same, you know, because I don't want to bore you guys. Okay. Do I sing? That's very funny. I love singing. I don't think that a lot of you would enjoy hearing it. Yeah, I sing all the time. It's not my strength at all. So I'll just say that I would love to be better at it. But again, it's just not my forte. But I dance. So I hope that makes up for it a little. Okay, let's see. You never know. You know, it's one of those things where if something comes up and Lisa and I end up doing it, then that's what will happen. But there's nothing in the works yet. I mean, we've both kind of been doing our own thing for a while. And even with I Can't Think Straight in the World Unseen, they weren't, like, we didn't choose. It just happened to be, you know, with I Can't Think Straight, we were both cast individually, and then we met there. And obviously, you know, became friends. And Shamim and Hanan asked us separately to come back and do The World Unseen. So, you know, it's generally the director who chooses, directors and producers who chooses who works with who. And so I don't necessarily have the power to decide that, but I think if something were to come up that were interesting to us, then certainly we would look at it, you know, and consider it. Yeah. Like I said, it always comes down to the script. Okay, so I would say 5 more minutes. So you guys throw in your questions, or if there's anything else, because I sometimes feel like I don't want to overdo it, and I don't want to answer the same questions over and over again. But thank you, Angela. If you write me a musical that you can then be my voice of, then that would be great. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to take a couple other questions. Okay, this person didn't want me to say their name. And they wrote me a really lovely experience that they've had with their own body image. And they're referring to my piece that I wrote for Thick Dumpling Skin. And they're asking me why I chose to write that. You know, I debated that. I think for some of you who know me at this point, you know that I'm fairly private. And I have a hard time kind of figuring out how much of myself I feel comfortable putting out there, you know, especially in this industry. You know, there's so much that we put out there anyway that, you know, there's pieces of your life that you just want to keep kind of private, not only for yourself, but for the other people that are involved in your life, because they certainly didn't ask for it. But, you know, I was asked to write that because people felt like, well, Lynn Chen, who a lot of you know because I've worked with so much, is the co-founder of that site. And, you know, she knows a lot of my personal life because we've been friends for a long time, and she knows of some of the experiences that I've had, and really asked me to write a piece because, you know, there's a lot of people who struggle with it, and she felt that I had a perspective that might be interesting and unique. So it was hard, you know. I like writing. I wouldn't call myself a writer. I'm not there yet. But I am finding joy in sharing more. You guys are awesome and make it so easy and have become such a part of my daily life that I actually love and actually, you know, go online and want to see what you say on all aspects. You know, it's great to feel like I can get feedback and thoughts, and I feel like this community is a very special one, you know, and everyone has their own opinions and everyone might not agree, but the fact is it's very supportive and it comes from love, and I think that's really special, and that's kind of what I wish there was more of out there. So you guys have made the space this way, so I'm really thankful for that. So anyway, I wrote it just for that. I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and write about something that's personal to me and see what happens. And a lot of times, you know, it doesn't work, but I feel like you all seem to like it, right? Or got something from it, because I've gotten so much of a response. Some of you have seen them because they've been posted for everyone, and a lot of them are private. And I really am, I love the fact that it affected so many of you guys that way, because we all struggle with so much, and it feels better to know that we're not alone. So that's why I wrote it. And will I be writing more? Yes, I think so. Something that I'm actually working on right now is I'm going to be launching a new website soon, maybe in the next month or two, hopefully, if all goes well. And there is a space on there. Well, hopefully, I'll put some pieces, thoughts. And again, if there's something that you guys want me to write about that you feel like you'd be interested in, let me know, because I'm open to that. That will help me. That'll really help me kind of feel like I'm not just kind of throwing something out there. Obviously, I need to feel connected to it as well. But, you know, I'd love to hear your feedback, and it might help me kind of, it might push me. We all need to be pushed. And I get so caught up with so much other stuff because there's so much going on that sometimes, you know, something that actually does bring me joy, which is writing and sharing, gets put on the back burner. So sometimes I procrastinate. So keep me on it. Okay, I'm going to take one or two more questions. Let's just see what we got. Hello, Indonesia. Hi. I've never been there either and would love to come. I hear that that is a magical place. Actually, I have a lot of friends that are very close to me that have been there, and I've always, every time a friend of mine goes there, they come back and they say, how have you never been to Indonesia? And I don't have the answer to that because I would love to correct that, but we'll see. Okay, let's see. Well, there you go. Hi, Esther. I think I just answered that. I am considering that, yes. Like I said, with the new website, I think I'm going to be maybe writing some more. And as far as blogging, I feel like, I don't know the idea, the vlogging, I'm not so sure, but this feels kind of like that. I know it's more interactive and it's not me just talking, but I need to talk to you guys. I can't just like rant. I mean, I guess I can. I pretty much rant all the time. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. It's like baby steps. It's so funny because I hesitated kind of doing any of this, and every time I do it, I enjoy it, and then I get pushed into more, and I do a little bit more, and I do a little bit more, a little more, and pretty soon I'm gonna like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So we'll see. Okay. One last question from here, and one last question from these that I've printed out. Let us see. Why am I so political? You know, I grew up in a family that talked about things, that talked about the world, that talks about community. And I also know that I pretty much won the lottery by being born in the U.S. And everything that my parents sacrificed to immigrate to here is constantly on my mind. And I have a hard time having people in my life that aren't interested. Certainly don't have to be as vocal or as loud as I may go, as I am. But I feel like I don't relate to people that don't have opinions about things that are happening necessarily. You know, on a deeper level, that's something that's really important to me. And apathy is a huge, 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 huge turnoff. And you know, so it's not like the word political even feels weird to me. It's just how about, you know, taking an interest and being involved and not thinking about only yourself every day, because I think obviously the world would be better if we all just kind of got out of our own little circles. And I'm guilty of it too, but you know, it's just a part of me. So yes, and that's actually another thing in terms of the question where people say, what kind of movie would I like to do? I would like to do something with the political theme to it. Along, you know, the action is definitely something, in the political world isn't something I've really explored so much on screen, and that would kind of be awesome. Yes, I would love to be on Scandal. I love that show. I love it. It's so great. It's great writing, and anyway. Okay. So I'm going to take one more. I don't know what this is going to be, but let's see. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to take a question because I said I would take one more from here. Have I ever been to South America? Yes, I have. I have been to Brazil. And man, that is a city. I traveled all through Brazil. Rio, Sao Paulo, Paraty, a bunch of other places. My mind is going blank. But I love Brazil. What a beautiful, 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 beautiful city and people. I mean, probably some of the most gorgeous people ever. I understand why people are obsessed with Brazil. And Rio is definitely has a lot of memories for me. Just leave it like that. Okay, so I think we should just wrap it up. I don't want to say goodbye, so let's just say till the next time. And I appreciate you guys being here for this kind of first experiment of sorts. Thank you to Chris, who has helped me from Spreecast kind of not lose my mind because there's so much going on at the same time. And I appreciate you guys all being here. And once again, I know I say it all the time, but I really, really mean it. You guys are freaking awesome. And I will tell you how awesome you are. I run into friends of mine that are also in the business, and they always tell me, I wish I had your fans. And I'm like, well, the reason why they're so awesome is because they're not my fans, they're my friends. And I really feel that way. So thank you.